Good evening. I just recently received another comment from Robert Breaker, and so let me read it here. Let's put an end to this already. Okay, admit you're wrong. Admit your date setting is nonsense. Edward, tell me the date that I set, quote unquote date. Well, he told either said it to Jason or he put it on a video that he could find the date of the rapture within a year or within a month. So that's close enough to a date. What he wants to try to protect himself is saying that he hasn't set a definitive date, but he's looking for a date. That's the whole issue. And you can't find a date. And he's going to go on with these videos forever, and he's going to be saying, well, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, could be this, could be that. One of the guys is saying, oh, I just love the Lord's appealing. But the only answer he's supposed to give is, one, I don't know, we don't know when he's coming back for us. Two, he can come back today or tomorrow. That's it. Because there's no dates in it. He thinks he can find, he told Jason, there are clues. Jesus Christ and Paul have left clues. Oh yeah, Robert, Jason has shown me the emails. So I know exactly what you've been talking about. Let me see, give it to me. What day? Let's see, what day did I say Jesus was coming back on? Well, you can't say a particular day. But you're saying you can find a year and a month, within a month, which of course you can't. Because I didn't set an actual day or date. You said you could find it within a month. That's what you told Jason. So you're the one full of nonsense. Have a nice day. Oh, I read the following this morning in my daily Bible reading, Edward, and couldn't help but think of you. Psalm 74:22. Arise, O God, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproaches thee daily. Now I'm reproaching you, Breaker. Somehow you got yourself confused with God. I'm not reproaching God. I'm reproaching you. Forget not the voice of thine enemies, to turn out those that rise up against thee, increase it continually. Almost daily now, you make videos against me. I made a video against you in a few days. The only reason I'm making this video right now is because you made another comment. Of course, you don't take comments on your videos, but you have no qualms of making comments on my videos, or on other people's videos for that matter. Let's see here. Almost daily, you make videos against me. No, I made videos from you a couple of days on you. And I said I wouldn't have made one today unless but your comment showed up. How sad. You claim I set a date, but I didn't. I didn't say you claimed you said that. I said you haven't set a definitive date, but you're looking for a date. You're looking for a date, and you said you told Jason you could find within a year and within a month, and that there are clues that Jesus Christ and Paul, and you think this is somehow giving credence to loving the Lord's return. When we're never told to look for any particular time for the Lord's return, except the fact that he can come today. You're denying the imminency of the rapture, and you're playing games. There's not one objective thing you can say that you can point to and say, yeah, we can figure out that he's coming in such and such around this period of time. You can't. Let's see here. The only nonsense I see is your video, which you are saying a guy set a date who didn't. You set a date, and that's just your little defense thing. I don't know a date set. That's what you tell your little, subscribers. Oh, tell I don't set dates. You're looking for a date, and there's nothing to look for. That's what makes you a phony. And all the other guys out there looking for a mythological date that you can find and say, well, maybe it's 2033. You told Jason that it's no later than 2033. You told Jason that the rapture can be no later than 2033, and that you can find it within a year and a month. So yeah, you're looking around for dates, trying to show off, like, oh, look at this, look at that, look at that. Well, now you've given them on the feast days because they're signs for the Jews. But signs for the Jews are also all signs are for Jews, not for the church. Then he quotes Proverbs 10:12. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covereth all sins. Yeah, so stop lying. That'd be good. Proverbs 10:13. In the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found, but the rod for the back of him that is void of understanding. Proverbs 10:14. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. I love you. Now you get the false piety, people. You know, I have a lot more respect for the guy if he just laid it out. Now he goes, I love you. This guy is so phony. Robert, you're a con man. You're a phony. You have to hold, you in the last rant, you come in here, I used to have respect for you a little bit. I'll beat it a little bit. Now I don't have any respect for you. Marines don't do what you do. I've talked to some Marines. What? Reveal the truth? Oh, Ed, all you do is this. What you want to do? You know, you're a phony, Robert. You're a phony. And I'm going to stay on you now. I forgive you for constantly berating me. Showing you falsehoods. You're supposed to be a teacher. You can't handle the fact that someone exposes your errors and your falsehoods. You're looking for a date that doesn't exist, where you can find it. So one objective thing you can point to and say, yeah, we can look into this date because God wants us to be anticipating every day for the rapture, not looking, well, we can no later than 2033. That's what you told Jason. And you can find it within a year and within a month, and that there are clues left by Paul and Jesus. Yeah, what clues? You liar. I'm praying for you. No, you lie. You're fake, phony, false piety, liar. And that's his big thing. I'm not setting a date. Every time he gets this, he gets a little proviso, he puts his little disclaimer on his video. In one of his videos, remember he put a big thing in, I'm not setting a date, he's a date setter. He's a date setter. He's just not setting a definitive date. But he wants to get you in the idea that somehow there is information in the Bible that will point to a date that can be found by somebody, and it's not. And it's not. And he mocks those who talk about in Matthew 24, no man knows the day but the Father. And the whole issue of Matthew 24 is telling the people to watch anticipation. Because on a day when they think not, that's the day he's going to show up. The rapture issue is imminent. It's always been imminent. The only thing you know about the rapture is it can happen any moment, today or tomorrow. That's the only thing. At the end of his video on 2 languages, go to it and see what he says at the end. I don't know. Gee, I don't know. 30 minutes of maybe this, maybe that. It could be this. What about this? What about that? That's not Bible study, people. That's all speculation nonsense. And he wants to cover himself. I'm not date setting. I just love the Lord. I just want to look at his possible return. His possible return is today or tomorrow. That's the only thing you have to know about. And his false piety. He gets up there and he gets ran. Oh, now I'm really understanding this guy. Because here's what these fake Nicolaitan teachers don't want to be exposed. I got his subscribers coming to me, people, on emails and everything else, talking to me. I hate, I'm the one emotional. Hatred, and it's not edifying. Nothing in that 2-language video is edifying to anybody. You can say one concrete thing you can point to and say, oh yeah, that's actually a fact. And Matthew 24, that fig tree is not Israel, people. They keep looking at the generations. The fig tree is that's not Israel. That's a fig tree. You can pick the times, the seasons, because of the fig tree, the fruit shows up, and then that leaf is there. So when you see that leaves, there should be fruit. That's why the Lord rebuked that fig tree that had leaves but no fruit. The fruit shows up before the leaves, so therefore, and the fruit's hidden within the leaves. And when that leaf is there, you expect fruit. So when the Lord rebuked the fig tree he found without fruit in it, it had leaves. So you're deceiving me. And that's the same case. I mean, they see the fig tree, and then also there's also a companion verse on that in Luke, which says you see other trees. So this idea that dating the fig tree like it's Israel, it's not. And Luke talks about other trees. It's pointing out a season, changing of a season. But all these pre-trib guys who want to set dates, find dates, and then they couch himself. He doesn't have the guts. He doesn't have the guts to say he's actually trying to find a date, because that's what he's doing. He thinks it's fun. He says it's a game. But he's told Jason he can date it within a year, within a month. He told Jason that it's no later than 2033. He knows that. So that's a date. On his backboard, his board back there, you see dates all over the place. You know? And he wants to claim, I'm not dates it. Get out of here. And save the false piety. Save the false piety. You've shown what you are in that first email. You can't take criticism. You can't take rebuke. You think you know something that other, like you're some great theological genius or something because you went to a Bible school. The whole faith work system is a farce. You learn that from Ruckman. You haven't got rid of it. It's a lie. It attacks grace and other dispensations. You've been indoctrinated with that. Been indoctrinated with this garbage. Thinking you go around, look at this, look at that, look at the feast. No, I can't look at the feast anymore. We got to look at this now. Look at the stars. Look at this. Look at that. And maybe the two 7 years of Daniel, Joseph. What? The premise, the debate, the foundation of dispensational theology is the interpretation was interpretation, historical, grammatical, literal interpretation. When these guys get into this, people, it's all allegory. The very thing that led to the denial of premillennial theology. Allegory. Basically, just this really means this, and this could mean this, and this might mean this. But, whoa, what? Oh, let me think. That might mean that. So, this is what you get with these guys. So, no. That's this whole thing. I haven't said that you're denying the imminency of the rapture by saying that you can find a date beyond the fact which you can't. You can't. There's not one objective thing that will tell you any within a year, within a month, anything about the second advent and the rapture. Because the rapture is based on the body of Christ being completed. And no one knows how many people are in the body of Christ. And the second advent, there's so many dates going on. The events aren't starting until the rapture happens, and we don't know when the rapture is, when that's Daniel 7 weeks going to start. So everything these guys do is based on something they have no foundation for. Nothing they can hold to and say, this is substantive. I can at least build on this. It's all based on a house of sand. A house of cards, is a metaphor. House of cards. So something constructive about it. And so this is what you get with this guy. And that's why he's up there. He can't stand the idea of someone saying, look, you're wrong in that. You're wrong looking for a date. I don't care if you set a date or not. You're wrong to be looking for a date. You're supposed to be looking for the Lord's return, not a date. See, that's where you can't get into this thick head. You're not supposed to be we're not supposed to be looking for a date. We're supposed to be looking for his return. We're supposed to be looking up and waiting for him, not looking around in the scriptures saying, well, maybe 2019 is the date. Maybe. See his video up there, 2019. Anything's putting 3 question marks at the end of it. See, that protects me from being accused of that's it. You can't accuse me of setting a date. I put 3 question marks here. That's what he wants to do. So I'll put this up, and all you little, hey man, you're Bob Baker guy. This is unsubscribe for me. He doesn't want to take rebuke. All teachers are open to rebuke and correction. This is what he's doing is nonsense, and it brings dispensationalism into mockery, because no one has ever told us to look for a date. We're told to look for the Lord's return, and he's looking for a date. So his little game of trying to lawyer up and try to say, well, you can't accuse me of setting a date. You're looking for a date. And you never told to look for a date. The only date we know in intimacy is that the idea of the rapture can happen today, because we're supposed to anticipate it every day. He gets up this idea. I just want to get people excited about the Lord's return. Well, tell them the facts about the prophecy. Don't make up mythical connections and this and that, and look at that, look at the sign, look at that woman in the Revelation 12 sign. That was. So let's stop here and put this up. Amen. Thank you.